Howdy, folks. This your good buddy Jamie Monoxide again with another video. I know most of the times I do unboxing videos or videos about movies, games, or whatever. But this video is about haunted house movies. Um, yeah, I'm going to be talking about haunted house movies and all that good stuff. I might do some rantings about certain movies and certain people, maybe in the genre haunted house or whatever was. So, anyways, yeah, let's get started. Um, the first movie is the Japanese movie um, House. It's the Criterion collection, the Blu-ray. They also have the DVD edition, of course. Um, it was made in 1977. It's 88 minutes. It's in color, of course. Uh, Monaural in Japanese with English subtitles. It's 1:33:1 aspect ratio. Alright, how to describe Nobuhiko Obayashi's indescribable 1977 movie House as a psychedelic ghost tale, a stream of consciousness bedtime story, an episode of Scooby-Doo as directed by Mario Bava, sorry about that. Any of the above will do for this hallucinatory head trip about a schoolgirl who travels with 6 classmates to her ailing aunt's creaky country home and comes face to face with evil spirits, a demonic house cat, a bloodthirsty piano, and other ghoulish visions, all realized by Obayashi via mattes, animation, and collage effects. Equally absurd and nightmarish, House might have been beamed to Earth from some other planet. Never before available on a home video in the United States, it's one of the most exciting cult discoveries in years. And the Blu-ray or also DVD special edition features new restored high-def digital transfer with uncompressed monaural soundtrack, constructing a house, a new video piece featuring interviews with director Nobuhiko Obayashi, story scenarist, and daughter of the filmmaker Shigumi Obayashi, and screenwriter Chiho Katsura. Emotion, a 1966 experimental film by Obayashi. New film appreciation by director Ty West. House of the Devil. Theatrical trailer, new and improved English subtitle translation, plus a booklet featuring an essay by critic Chuck Stevens. Alright, this is an excellent movie if none of you have seen it. And also, now it's on HBO Max. So, yeah, great movie. And now, another good movie. And the sad thing is, um, it's not available here in the United States. I had to order it through a website called twistedanger.com, and it it's a website um, located in in England or somewhere. It cost me $9.99, pound 99, something like that, like whatever what you call it. And so yeah, it had to be shipped from me from overseas. So yeah, um, it's the unrated version, 4 stars, truly terrifying, incredible special effects, first survival horror film. That's what the um, critics put it as. Director Kiyoshi Kurosawa, writer Kiyoshi Kurosawa, cast Nobuko Miyamoto, Noko, uh, Shingo Yamashiro, uh, Fuku, Fukumi Kuroda, uh, Ichiro Furutachi, and Juzo Itami. Alright, sorry about that. The television crew, the producer Kazuo, which is played by Ichiro Furutachi, his daughter Emi, which is played by Noko, his assistant Akiko, which is played by Nobuko Miyamoto, a cameraman, and the restorer presenter uh, presenter enter the sprawling Miyama mansion to film the restoration of a little scene fresco painted by the artists who lived there decades before. They discover not one but several frescoes, including one that seems to depict the death of a young child uh, in some kind of furnace. That night, the temperamental presenter wanders out into the grounds of the house and digs up a coffin containing the charred remains of an infant. It soon becomes apparent that the child's mother, although dead herself, has not left the house and is still angered by her loss. When Emmy is swallowed up by the house, Kazuo and Akiko are left to battle the twisted, angry spirit. The most prominent aspect of Sweet Home is the special effects provided by Hollywood effects maestro Dick Smith, who worked on The Exorcist, Poltergeist 3, and the recent House on Haunted Hill remake. His effects here are gruesome and over the top, featuring regular mutilations, dismemberments, and melting faces. But they're also good enough to compete with more expensive genre efforts from other countries. And down here it says twistedanger.com. Before there was Resident Evil, there was Sweet Home, the film that inspired the movie and video game franchise experience, the first true survival horror film. And it is letterbox Mandarin spoken. And it is 100 minutes approximately, and it is got English subtitles, and it is all region, Dolby Digital, and of course it is unrated. And the game and the movie uh, came out in the same time. Uh, the game came out on the Famicom. Uh, uh, so yeah. Uh, so that's the only ones I have to show. And then House and House 2, of course, everybody knows about those. Uh, those two are great movies. Then um, let me see. Um, Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. Well, Evil Dead is like the more well, the first Evil Dead is the more serious one, and Evil Dead 2 is a rehash of the first Evil Dead. It's basically a remake, but it has some comedic. Yeah, it has some comedic elements to it. And then there's uh, there's the some people call it the remake, but then there's some people call it the reimagining. Instead of Ash, there's um, a woman playing the role of Ash instead. And so that's a totally different story. And then uh, The Shining. That's a great movie, except for Stanley Kubrick. We all know about Stanley Kubrick, about what he did on set, how he treated his actors and everything. Yeah, don't get me started on that. Yeah. Um, um, so, anyways, um, um, the Amityville Horror. Um, good movie, but completely false. Um, everything false about that. Completely negative. Only it's a cash grab. The story is completely false. Um, none of the story really happened. The house wasn't haunted. Um, none, no police or anything was called. There was no snow or anything for tracks or anything. Uh, none of that happened. So none of that happened at all. And I saw a documentary like a week or so ago with about the Warrens, and they was talking. Um, um, uh, the Warrens were in the documentary uh, during different parts of the documentary before they passed away, and there was different inconsistencies about the Amityville horror before when they was talking about that. So yeah, and like uh, the Warrens during many different cases that they had, like the Amityville and the two Conjuring cases, and plus other cases they did. They had too many. Um, they had too many inconsistencies during their stories they was talking about. So that's my case with the Warrens. And yeah, I don't know if you would call it a haunted house movie or not. Would you call The Nun a haunted house movie? Well, maybe. That was a good movie. And then there was Insidious. That was a good movie. That was a really good movie. But yeah, there are really great movies, and there are terrible movies. But anyways, this is Jenny Monoxide signing off.